Hey, it's Squidly. So, why do I believe fall is the best season? Backpacking aside, I do think it is. Backpacking included, it definitely is. So, my first thought is that fall is a shoulder season, like spring. But what you get with the shoulder seasons is you get away from the extremes of temperatures, the extreme highs of summer and the extreme lows of winter. And so in spring and fall, you can enjoy something maybe a little closer to comfortable temperatures. Right now, I'm on a day hike in Alabama's Mississippi wilderness, and to be fair, we've had a pretty warm fall, and we're just now getting into some cooler temperatures, and I like it. And with those cooler temperatures, or at least cooler from the extremes of summer, you get nights that are cool. And for hiking and backpacking, that means that the nights are much more comfortable for being able to spend out in the woods like where I am now. So it makes it a little bit more bearable and not so extreme. So Brandon and Courtney, what do you think is the best season for hiking or just the outdoors?
As novices as we are, I would say any season. We just on a whim came out today. We're from North Mississippi, and we rode over just to check it out and see what it was like. And at some point during our journey, we discovered, hey, you know what? It's hunting season, and every Alabamian is hanging in a tree over here somewhere wanting to shoot something. So I guess that intensifies it a bit. Maybe it's more of a challenge. I don't know, but it's beautiful. We love to see the fall colors. We love to see just the beauty of the natural environment.
The second reason is the changing colors of leaves for fall. And I know there are some places, Colorado for example, that get really vibrant colors, but really mostly just a single color. And where I live, we get a whole range of yellows, reds, and oranges. And of course, a lot of this is still hanging on as green. We haven't arrived at full color yet. But I really like in the fall the changing colors of the leaves. It's really pretty. Speaking of leaves, another reason that I really like fall is that with the leaves coming down, you make this really satisfying crunching sound on the trail. I have a friend, she and I have been friends for 30 years, and she says going hiking in the fall is going crunching. I think she's exactly right. So Nelson, we're on trail here in the Sipsey, and what are your thoughts on your favorite season to be hiking and outdoors?
I like the fall because it's a very beautiful time to see the nature, but the leaves do make it a little slippery and hard. So it's the only challenge that I think we face during the fall hiking.
Another reason that I think fall is probably my favorite season is that after having an entire summer with all the trees being fully leafed out and not being able to really see out if you're walking in the woods, is when the leaves start coming down, you get your first views of the season. And when I say of the season, I mean hiking season in the South, because 3-season hiking in the South means fall, winter, and spring, because the summer's just too hot. You really can't do it. And so even though you have full views all winter and early spring, fall gives you those first views as you get the first break from summer. Regardless of the season, this is one of my favorite stretches of trail anywhere. Now, there are downsides to fall. Fall, or actually late summer into fall, is the driest season of the year where I live. And so up to this point, for the last month and a half, we really have not had much rain. And so the water levels are really low. And so the waterfalls are not really going to be running a whole lot, and the streams aren't doing a whole lot. But I guess with everything that's good, there comes something that's probably not as desirable. But having said that about rain, it's just starting to sprinkle right now. All right, so Adrian, what are your thoughts?
I like hiking in the fall when I'm out over in the west, Arizona region, because the temperature is nice, cool. It's almost 70 to 80 all day. There's no humidity, and you can hike up mountains and not break a sweat at all. It's very nice. Out here towards the East Coast, I prefer spring, because you get to see all the wildlife in bloom and stuff like that. So it's different for each coast, but I do like the fall for hiking out in the west.
And maybe my favorite thing about fall is after you get the first little bit of cool weather, it really knocks back the bugs. In particular, the mosquitoes and the gnats and ticks, which I really just detest. And so a walk in the woods, a night in the woods, is a lot more comfortable when you're not constantly swatting away at those small creatures. And speaking of creatures, some people would add snakes into that mix because they're just frankly afraid of snakes and snake bites, in particular from venomous snakes. I get that, but for the most part, snakes don't bother me. I don't mind seeing them. And that includes snakes in the middle of the trail rattling at me who have had a really bad day and are willing to strike at anything that walks by. So those are my thoughts on why I think fall is the best season of the year. If you disagree, that's okay. We don't have to agree on everything, but do me a favor, in the comments, tell me whether you agree or disagree and why you think fall is or isn't the best season of the year. I almost said month. And as always, thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.